Guys, today we are breaking bank. With this guy. Brian.
Hello.
How are you?
Very, very good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I know who you are, but my community doesn't. So please introduce yourself. What do you do? Who are you?
Who am I? Yes, I'm Brian Myers.
Yeah.
You're here in our beautiful Delta Towers office on the 12th floor. We are FX Pesa in Kenya, which is part of EGM Securities.
Yeah.
I'm a director here. I work for Equiti Group, which is a large brokerage. We offer a trading platform for everyone all over the world. Been doing it for far too long.
What is far too long?
15, 16 years.
Wow.
15, 16 years.
So this is your career generally in FinTech. You've been in FinTech for 15 years.
It's just my passion.
Yeah.
It's my career, it's my passion, I love it.
Yeah.
So I come to Kenya often, been here over the last three and a half years. Love it, absolutely love it here.
Yeah. When did you decide to pursue this? So you said it's a passion. So when did you have the aha moment that, oh my God, I want to pursue a career in FinTech?
When I was 6.
You're kidding?
No, 6, yeah.
How?
So my mum, I'm from the East End of London, which is like a poor background part of London, and she worked at a stockbroking house. And she told me like later on in life that it was always good, it was buzzing, it was energetic. And my father then, to explain it, bought some shares with me when I was 6 years old.
Wow.
And the first shares we ever bought, we did very well with, and that was it. I was hooked.
Yeah.
And then after that, it was always kind of finance, economics. It was always something in my life around that kind of thing, yeah.
So I'm a mother as well, twin mom. What advice would you give me? Yeah, so what advice would you give me and other mothers who'd be watching this around teaching their children about money? What
I've done, and I'm recommending to anyone really to do, is to start investing for your children at a young age. Yeah. So believe it or not, I've been investing for my children since they were 0. What I've done is I set up an account for them. The money went into this, and then I've been buying shares for them since they were 0. Yeah. Now, the reason I did that, it was many years ago. 10 years ago, I saw a chart which showed how much money you would have if you'd been investing from those ages in later in life, and it would make your toes curl. It's the power of compound interest. Is, as Einstein said, it's a magic wonder of the world.
Brian.
Yeah.
It was so cold today. I saw a stockbroker with his hands in his own pockets. What does the CEO of a brokerage company do? What is the day in your life?
There's a couple of analogies that I love, that I've always followed. It's always resonated with me in my career. The first one was from Warren Buffett. Yeah. So he says, the CEO, there's a sport that Kenyans probably don't know this sport, but it's a Winter Olympic sport. It's called curling. These people, they throw a puck in front of them, and then there's a guy with a broom, and he has to sweep the ice in front of it to get all the rubbish out of the way to make the puck slide perfectly well. Right? A CEO does that. He's got the broom, he's sweeping all the rubbish out of the way to allow the company to do what it does. If I can try and be a good CEO in my life, and I try every day to be, it's that. Give meaning, give direction, sweep the rubbish out of everyone's way. Brian,
there's so many terms going around. So there's EGM Securities, there's Equiti Brokerage, there's FX Pesa. Who are you?
We are Equiti Group. Okay. So Equiti Group is huge. As I said, it's we're all over the world. Okay. Very big in the Middle East. Yeah. So the Middle East is very much in our DNA. That's why currently I'm living in Dubai. Yes. Then a product of EGM Securities is FX Pesa. Okay. FX Pesa, obviously, it means more to people. It's Swahili. It means that it's approachable. We wanted people to know that we are a global company for sure, but we are very much local, and that's what FX Pesa represents.
So before we continue, I have to mention that FX Pesa, this is a very special interview for me because FX Pesa helped launch my finfluencing career. So if today I walk into FXPesa offices and I ask, what do you guys do? Exactly. Please break that down for me exactly.
When I first came to Kenya 3.5 years ago, I realised that there's too many of these unscrupulous players that were stealing people's money. People needed a secure environment to trade, right? So Kenyans are very, very social. I'm sure you know more than me. They spend a lot of time on their mobile phones. They're always connected. They spend 8-9 hours a day on their mobile phones. So it makes sense that we brought a regulated environment, safe environment, where you can send your money completely securely, be on your mobile phones and trade in products, multi-asset products, because beforehand people were only trading local equities plus bonds, right? So the returns they were getting from NSE stocks and bonds were negligible compared to what they could get in other products globally. So what did we do? What was the meaning of what we did? We came in and we smashed that door wide open for Kenyans, okay?
And I love that you're also giving Kenyans the opportunity to play, to be a part of the success of these companies. It's not just about making the money, it's about feeling like you're part of something bigger.
Ivy, did you watch the news about drilling for oil?
No.
No, it was boring.
Yeah, and what do you think is a hindrance for financial literacy, especially for Kenyans and Africans? Because as you said earlier, we don't talk about money. What do you think is hindering us from doing this?
The problem in the past has been, for a lot of sub-Saharan African countries particularly, is access to the internet. So mobile penetration, internet penetration. Now we know within the next couple of years there's going to be 650 million Africans with access to smartphones and the internet. 650 million, right? So we know now is the time that you genuinely have access to improve your financial literacy. So that's one part to it. The second part to it is that institutions, global institutions, let people down. I don't know about you, but I did economics and business studies at university and at school. I learned nothing. Nothing about the real world. So this is another thing that we do at FXPesa. We say, I get asked frequently, Brian, can we invest in a fund? Can we give you the money to trade on your behalf? This is the point. My point is, no, we're giving you the education so that you learn through yourself for the rest of your life to build your own knowledge, to make money, right? And not a lot of institutions were doing that. A lot of institutions would rather say, you don't know what you're doing. It's all blurry to you. Give me your money and I'll buy a product. I'll get 15% and I'll give you 5% back. So things have really changed now.
Yeah, and you guys are pioneers. We have to mention that you were the first to get regulated by the CMA.
A lot of time, a lot of effort, years of effort into that.
Good work.
And then it was just so important. It's so important that we did this to make sure that people felt that they could trust and they could send their money to a regulated environment like
that. Characteristics of a good trader. If I want to start trading today, what personal traits should I possess?
Another great question. So I always say here, my kind of mantra is that you've got to save, you've got to learn, invest and be patient, right? You can't earn a lot of money to earn your way to financial freedom, for the most of us, 99% of us. So what do? You have to invest.
That's powerful. That's powerful.
You
can't earn enough money to earn yourself financial freedom. Brian, the first time I ever posted that FXPesa is teaching me how to trade, I got a lot of, not flack really, but a lot of comments around how high risk trading is, and people said, don't do it. Myth or fact?
Depends. Depends.
Yeah.
So is it risky? Yes, for sure, for people that don't know what they're doing. The more you learn, the more you do it, the less you minimize that risk. Now, I think they say that between 20 and 25 million people have come to investment for the first time last year, in 1 year, 20 to 25 million globally, right? Huge number. How many of those people came and did a trade that they have absolutely no idea why they did it? They bought Shiba Inu coin, they bought Bitcoin, they bought a share, they bought GameStop. If you knew the reason why you did that, more power to you.
I'm one of the Shiba Inu guys from last year.
Is that, you've just worked hard for that money to invest in that, right? Is that really a reason to invest? Because Elon Musk is going to say something on Saturday Night Live. It's crazy, right? When think about it, step back from it. That's crazy, isn't it?
He's yelling at people. He's shouting at us. I hope you're being shouted at.
The good thing is, if you stick with it and you're interested and you're in the community and you're reading memes and you're around it now and you like it and you stick with it and now you start to do it properly, that's a fantastic thing. If it now burns you and it doesn't come back up, and you don't start trading again because you're worried that, oh my God, what am I going to do next? Then you're going to, unfortunately, I think you're falling 70%. So you've got to be patient, you've got to stick with it.
Brian, you probably know this one. The market may be bad, but I slept like a baby last night. I woke up every hour and cried. Yeah. If you could go back and speak to your 25-year-old self, what would you tell yourself to stop doing? What would you tell yourself to continue doing? And what would you tell yourself to start doing?
Continue doing, what for sure is, I acknowledge even at that age, I found something that I loved.
Yeah.
I don't think you could ever flaw my passion. I've always, because I found the right thing, I've got a massive passion for it. I think I'd probably tell myself to be a bit more patient, as we've already touched on. I would have loved to have, at that point, says just be a bit patient with yourself, things happen. Yeah. Don't be patient with short-term tasks, but be patient with long-term outcomes, right?
Oof.
So that's
T-shirt. That needs to be on a T-shirt. The next 2 to 3 years, where do you see yourself and where do you see FX Pesa?
When I look forward in 3 years' time, we are the financial powerhouse across the world, particularly across the continent of Africa. One of the things I'm very, very passionate about is, particularly over the next 3 years, is increasing the amount of females that are in the space.
Ooh,
so we have 50-50 male and female split, both in staff and in executive room. So every meeting I go in, there's that real diversity in there. And because of that, what's also coming is the market is coming with us on this journey. And when we were first in Kenya, we had, it was 9% females that were trading 3 years ago. That number's now 25%. When I look forward 3 years, 5 years, that number's going to go up and up and up and up and up as women take control of their financial futures as well. And our data, and I'm sure you'll believe this, our data tells us that when they trade, they're statistically more likely to be a successful trader as well.
I was waiting for you to say that.
It is. My wife is instantly more patient than I am. Right? Sometimes it just baffles me how patient she can be. That's the kind of mentality you need to be a successful trader.
I love that you're mentioning that. Well, we shoot this during Women's Month, so thank you for saying that. Brian, we're in a year of elections. What does that mean for you as FX Pesa, and what does that mean for traders?
So in those sort of situations, what I always say to people for this year is you might want to think, definitely the time to think global.
Okay.
Like if I think that I'm going to have some kind of disruption to what I'm doing by investing locally in the economy here, think global, look at other asset classes and go and do that instead.
Okay. So Brian, me personally, kama Ivy, that means me personally as Ivy. If I started trading, can it make me wealthy?
I recently tweeted that the path to wealth is to save and invest and start trading. Right? That's the path for me.
That's the path to wealth.
I don't have any other option in my life. I'm not good enough at a sport. I'm not going to win the lottery. So the only thing that I've seen in my life that is going to make me wealthy is to consistently trade and invest. And I've been doing that for years, and the people that I've seen that are on their path, that's what they've been doing as well. So yes.
I love it.
Ivy. People were offended when I told a joke about oil. It was too crude.
Oh, God. So save for the CMA regulation, why should I trust FX Pesa?
Well, as I said, we're a wider group, so we're regulated all over the world.
Good.
So we're regulated by the FCA in the UK, we're regulated in Jordan, we're regulated in Armenia, all over the world. And then when you come to us with FX Pesa, the difference you've got is you've got that global executive team that knows that, as they've been in the industry for 16, 17 years, but you've also got the local knowledge and the local regulation as well.
Is it for the wealthy? How much do I need to start trading with FX Pesa today?
$5.
Good. Let's come back home. Kenyans, what are Kenyans trading in?
Number one's gold.
Okay.
Kenyans love to trade gold.
Okay.
I mean, it is really spread in Kenya now.
Okay.
Gold. And wow, what a thing to trade at the minute, right? You see what's happened at the minute through $1,900. Kenyans have got very sophisticated. They understand that in an environment like inflation environment and the Ukraine-Russian conflict that's happening at the minute, what are the trades that make sense? And this goes back to the point of, what are the trades that make sense, and do you have access to those products? Right? What does make sense in this environment? Of course, you would expect something secure like gold to go up. Russia supplies a lot of oil to the world, so now there's a supply problem. Oil's going to go up, but of course there's uncertainty. Stocks might go down. If stocks go down, that means indices go down, like the FTSE 100 or the DAX. These are the movements that's happened. It's quite clear. And when I look at the most traded products at FX Pesa, you can see our traders know this and they're doing this. Right? Gold's going up, very highly traded product. FX is traded heavily as well, and then now I'm seeing indices are trading heavily. Right? Indices are the collection of the top companies within an economy.
Thank you for defining it. I was going to
of course.
Please tell us what indices are.
When coronavirus hit and the economy came down, the indexes dropped. The indices dropped. Now that was an amazing buying opportunity because actually if you believe that the economy is ever going to come back in the US, you'd invest in that. Now, last year, did it come back? Yes, it did, 70 times, 70. 70 times last year, the S&P 500 pushed new heights. So anyone that was in that trade, they had an exceptionally good year last year, right? Can you see what I'm trying to say? The choice is there for anyone. What product do you want? What economy do you want? And do you believe the economy, the market's going to go up or down? Whatever you believe, and the education you get, the reading you do yourself, the podcast you listen to, whatever it is, all the information you're getting, we're giving you the tool to make a success of that.
Guys, I think the first CEO I've interviewed, Brian Myers. This was such a powerful conversation. I cannot begin to thank you for the wisdom that you have imparted today. Be impatient with short-term tasks and patient with long-term outcomes. Movers, I hope you've learned 10 things today because I have. Till next time, bye. Speaking of trading gold, I pulled a muscle digging for gold the other day. It was just a minor injury. These are the worst.